Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. If you love the feel of the Alcantara GT350 steering wheel in your 2015 and up Mustang, we showed you ways to add Alcantara to other pieces of your interior, including the console lid cover, parking brake boot, and your manual shift boot. If you're wondering if it was available for the automatic, it absolutely is, and today we're going to show you how to install it using our 2015 GT Automatic. These Alcantara shift boots are going to replace the factory shift boot in your automatic and available in two different versions. It's going to be a lighter gray with silver stitching, which will match the GT350 wheel or your stock wheel. Then there's a darker version with red stitching designed to match the GT350R steering wheel. For this installation, you'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, small flathead screwdriver, and adhesive. The shifter boot is going to replace our factory boot, which means it's going to glue into place. But the first step in the installation is going to be to remove the boot and bezel from the car, so we can do it on a bench. To do that, you have to remove the bezel first and then the knob. The automatic shifter bezel is going to remove the same way as the manual one does. It's held on by clips around the edges here. You want to carefully pull up from the front and work your way around. When you pull up, be careful. There is a wiring harness that lights up your gear selector. Reach down and unplug that. You can pull it all the way up. To get the shifter handle itself off, there's two little screws mounted in the front here. They're kind of hard to get to. It's going to be easier to put the car back into gear and do it that way. Okay, two screws located right here in the front. The shifter boot out, we can begin the disassembly by removing the chrome trim ring from the black plastic. There's two clips on the top here. Simply push them through, separate the chrome and put it aside. Now we have to remove the gear selector indicator and the other trim piece on the other side. Small flat blade screwdriver or a panel removal tool, just get underneath it, it'll pop right up. Those aside as well. The factory boot now is glued to this black plastic trim ring. Again, we're going to use our small flat blade screwdriver, kind of just get it started. Once you start separating it, you'll be able to do it by hand. The shifter is attached to the shift boot by this tiny little clip here. You honestly don't even need any tools for this. Just kind of push up on this piece here and push down on this, and they'll easily separate. The last thing to remove is this retaining ring here. Again, it's glued on. Just really need your fingers here. Give it a good pull. And it'll come right off. Now we're ready to begin prepping for the actual installation, which will require gluing. So make sure you have a nice clean surface to work on. Also surface you don't mind getting some glue on. First thing you want to do is take the new boot and turn it inside out. Make sure you have the orientation of the boot correctly, as the back of the boot is a little bit wider than the front. Now we're ready to start gluing. Put the old one aside. What we're going to do is get some adhesive around the outside edge here and the outside edge here as well. Just make sure you don't get it on the Alcantara itself. And we'll let that set up and get a little bit tacky. While we're doing that, we want to put some glue on the inside of this as well. I get some glue on the inside of here as well. It's going to be hard to spray the glue and get it in there. What you do is just put a little bit on the table. Grab a Q-tip. I'm using a small brush. Take some glue and just stick it on the inside edge here. Again, just give that a minute or two, get a little bit tacky, and we can put the two of them together. The orientation here is important. There's a tag on the back side of the boot. I'm going to make sure this larger open area of this goes facing the tag. Get that in there and then let it dry a little bit. Next, we'll prep the bezel for installation of our shifter boot. Before we do so, we're going to want to tape it off. We got electronics in here, the lights and the wiring and everything for the shifter gear indicator. We're going to put some tape over that stuff before we spray any glue. Now we'll spray some glue on the actual console trim panel and then the boot itself, get them tacky so we can stick them together. Again, make sure you get it on the boot itself, not on the Alcantara. Again, let that sit up. You don't want it wet. You want it to be still tacky, not completely dry, but if it's wet, it's not gonna stick either. Again, a minute or two, let it set up a little bit, then we can start installing the boot to the trim panel. While it's drying, we can pull the paper off. Again, make sure the tag is going towards the rounded side. We're gonna start installing the boot. And let that set up for a little bit. Once it's set up, now we can pull it inside out here again. Just leave it about halfway. You're gonna reinstall the shifter handle. Make sure you get it all the way down so the screw holes are visible. They'll sort of click into place. And we can install the bezel and the trim. And then lastly, the chrome trim bezel. That on, and it's ready to go back in the car. Now put the shift handle back on the shift lever, and reinstall the screws. And push the boot down to place, line up the clips, lock them in, and your installation's finished. The automatic shifter boot is subtle, but adds a nice custom touch to the interior of our 2015 GT. We added the parking brake boot and the cover for the console to make it look even better. Overall, the installation is pretty straightforward, probably take you about an hour or so, so you'll be back on the road in no time.